Today's video is going to be on some sunset eyes that I've created. If you guys are interested in seeing how I got this look, just continue to keep watching. I'm not gonna talk too much in the intro. I'm just gonna get straight into it. But before we get into the video, I want to make sure that you guys subscribe and also hit the bell icon so that you are notified when I upload. Also smash the like button and leave me some comments below. Make sure you follow all of my socials, which are listed in the description box down below, and in the comment section you guys let me know what you want to see next. This makeup look was fairly easy, very beginner friendly. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So guys, I'm starting off by just putting one of my headbands on just to keep my hair and my edges out of my makeup. Then next I'm going to moisturize my face with my Curel. I've been using this as a moisturizer for a really long time, and it does justice for me. So I just continue to keep on using it. If you guys have any other products that are great for moisturizing, please leave them in the comments below. I'm always open to using and trying new things. Now here I'm just doing some eyebrow grooming. I usually like to do eyebrow grooming right before I do my makeup. It just makes the eyebrows look a little bit more defined and clean. So I like to clean them up before I do makeup, or if I'm doing just my eyebrows, I just like to have them more clean than not so clean. Now taking the Benefit Professional Primer, I'm going to prime my face with that. And I love this primer because it really does blur your pores. The way my skin is set up, I really do have like huge pores. So shout out to Benefit for this product. Now I'm taking NYX Taming Frame in the shade Espresso. I've been using this for a while. The only thing that I don't like about it is after a while it kind of gets really hard to scoop out. So I found myself having to drop maybe just like a tad bit of coconut oil in it just to soften it up. But other than that, it stays on all night, like sometimes even into the next morning. If I happen to like go to sleep in my makeup or fall asleep in my makeup or something like that, it'll actually stay on until like the next morning. So shout out to NYX for that. And then like also I think they pretty much covered every shade range for brows, so definitely shout out to NYX for that. Now taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Medium Beige, I'm going to clean up my brows and definitely make them sharp. I've been using this concealer for a while as well. This was kind of like a beginner concealer for me, but I just feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and I see nothing wrong with this concealer. So I'm taking that and I'm just going to clean up my brows. I didn't like using the brush that's attached to it at first, but it seems easier to do. At first when I tried it, it just wasn't working the way that I wanted it to work, which is why I decided not to do it. I started to do it with the brush, but for some odd reason I just tried it one day again, and it just started working. So I'm like, okay, great. But yeah, if you don't have any of the LA Girl Pro Concealer in any of the shades, definitely get your hands on that. You can't beat the $3.99 what did I just say? A $3.99 concealer, like, yeah. Now taking this regular old Elf crease brush, I'm going to drag the concealer down just to blend it out, and blend it into my skin so that there's no harsh lines of concealer on my brows and everything like that, because we want the eyebrows to be very crisp and clean cut. So taking it, dragging it down, what I should have done was to put enough concealer where that I can blend it out on my eyelid, because eventually that's what I'm going to do. As you can see here, that's what I'm doing now. And I'm just going to take my damp beauty blender and just blend that all out. After that, I'm going to set it with the Black Radiance banana powder. Now just patting that all over my lid. I'm going to set my eyelids with that banana powder. And you guys are going to see in a second that I'm just going to sweep it off with just a regular brush. It doesn't have to be the same brush that I used. I used another crease brush. And now I'm just going to take my damp beauty blender and just blend out the concealer that I put on my chin, because for God's sakes, I don't know what's going on with the breakouts on my chin. But moving on, I'm going to take my James Charles palette and I'm going to go in with the shade Canvas, and I'm going to apply that right up under my brow and above my crease. Now picking up the shade B from the same palette, I'm going to put that on a Colourpop brush, an E1 brush. This is kind of like a blending brush. I'm absolutely satisfied with Colourpop brushes. This was one of the first brushes that I've gotten from them, and definitely satisfied. This B color is very light, but it's buildable, and the consistency and formula of this eyeshadow is really great. So definitely shout out to James Charles for that, because with the with makeup palettes, all of the consistencies are different, as you guys know. So every time you pick up product, it doesn't always go on smoothly. So definitely Morphe and James, y'all did y'all thing. So I'm applying that to both eyes, right there above the crease, in the crease. But the most important thing with this look is to definitely blend, because using the amount of colors that we are going to use, they need to be seamlessly blended. So definitely, if you don't have any blending brushes, you need to get your hands on some, because you're definitely going to need them in this tutorial. So next, I'm going to move on to my 35O palette, and I'm going to take this very beautiful shade called Ball of Fire, and it's an orange shade, and it's very beautiful. I did use this shade before in another one of my looks. I think it was like my birthday look. I took pictures. I'll put a picture on the screen so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. But make sure that you blend this into your crease. You don't want any harsh lines with that. Now taking Red Alert from that Morphe 3503 palette, and I'm just going to apply that directly below my crease. This is the color that's going to transition the orange to the other colors that are going to be applied to my lid. So definitely blend all three of those colors in as seamlessly as possible. The first two shadows that I used the same brush, and then the third shadow, that Red Alert color, I did use a different brush. But blending them all together it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day it's going to be blended, which is my opinion. Now taking that color Unstoppable, I'm going to apply that right below that Red Alert color and blend that in. Now just taking this Elf blending brush, I'm going to blend everything together so far. These brushes retail for like $4 each, so definitely get your hands on a couple. I don't want to say that they last, because after a while, if you're washing your brushes like you're supposed to, you'll start seeing the wood. But yeah, they're pretty affordable. So now I'm gonna take the shade Caddy and I'm gonna apply that to my lid. This is like a deep purple shade, and it's really pretty. I think I used it in one of my previous videos. The consistency and the formula in this is very, very nice as well. It's easy to pick up, not a lot of shake or fallout that's coming from the brush. I'm just gonna pat that all over my lid. So now that the eyes are finished, I'm gonna go in with my foundation. I'm gonna take Juvia's Place in the shade Mozambique. I'm also going to take CoverGirl's True Blend in the shade T10 and mix them together. I'm going to put these all over my face. These are my two favorite when it comes to like a full glam look. I don't really like cream foundations. They make me feel like oily, but when you get a good powder, it's it, sis. It's it. Right now, you're going to see me taking my beauty blender and just going over that. With cream foundation, it's really important to blend it out because it will look cakey, like worse than like a liquid foundation. So it's really important to blend it out as much as you can. So now I'm just going to take my LA Girl Pro concealer and just apply that to my highlighted points. If you don't know what your highlighted points are, it's your forehead, under your eyes, the bridge of your nose. Some people like to do up under their contour, where their contour goes. I'm not really like a big fan of it. Sometimes you'll see me do it, but I don't do it very often. Now taking my Colourpop concealer, I'm going to take this in the shade Medium Dark 36 and apply that up under my eyes as well. I really like the coverage of this concealer. You really can't beat, I think it's like $7 for like the coverage that it gives. It's also buildable, so it's a win-win situation for me. Now just taking my Black Radiance Banana Powder, I'm going to apply that to all my highlighted areas, just to set that concealer. Usually you guys would see me setting the concealer with my beauty blender, but I started doing something different. I started just taking kind of like a blending brush and just dipping it into my powder and just applying it like that up under my eyes and my highlighted points. I don't know, for some odd reason I'm getting a better finish like this. So I want you guys to comment down below if you use this method and how is it working out for you. Now taking my NYX matte bronzer in the shade Deep Tan, I'm going to bronze up my face. I think this is one of my favorite parts of actually making my face up. I just love it. Like, you can just give you that whole tanned, very tanned look. So I'm definitely due for a vacation, so this is as close as it's gonna get right now. Bronze me up, baby. Now taking that same matte bronzer, I'm going to contour my nose on one of my crease brushes. I actually like bronzing my nose or contouring my nose with these crease brushes because they allow you to get the product right where you need it and also blend it out. So it's perfect for contouring little spots like that. So if you guys haven't got your hands on any of the Elf crease brushes, make sure that you do that. Very, very, very staple-like. Now just taking what was left on the blending brush, I'm going to smoke out my waterline. I am going to dip into that orange color and the purple color just to smoke it out a little bit. This look really turned out really nice. I was very, very intrigued how it would turn out because I don't experiment with different colors like this that often. So after smoking out my waterline, I went ahead and applied my favorite lashes with my Duo glue. Now I'm going to add a white liner to my waterline. I don't know, for some odd reason I've been loving the white on the waterline. It's just been giving me, you can't compare. You can't compare, sis. I slayed this and you can't say anything. But anyway, I'm just going to place that in my waterline. Not too much, but just a little bit. Just to give it a little pop. And then I'm going to take whatever's left in the De-Slicked Urban Decay's setting spray and just spray that over my face just to get some color back into it. I absolutely love these lashes. These are my favorite lashes ever. Ugh. Now taking my NYX lip liner and Nutmeg, I'm going to line my lips. Originally, I was supposed to use the shade Cocoa, but this was the one that I could find, so here it is. You got to work with what you got, and this is what I had at the moment, so don't judge me, sis. But definitely going to place that on my lips and gonna blend that out so that is nice and smooth. I absolutely am in love with brown liners. I have like 26 different brown liners and they're all different shades of brown. It's ridiculous at this point. Next, taking the Elf lip lacquer in the shade Fantasy. I'm going to apply that all over my lips. I love these lip glosses. I have like 5 different ones that I have in my collection and I use all of them on a daily. They are beautiful. Shout out Elf to the lip lacquer. All right.